tonight we are going to talk about limiting beliefs. Limiting beliefs. What are limiting beliefs? And I heard this phrase before, and I thought, oh my gosh, I have so many limiting beliefs. And I'm going to talk about those and what that actually has to do with weight loss and maybe even living your very best life. All right? Hi, Denise. Hey, Laura. How are you guys doing tonight? Carla, is it freezing in Boston? Oh my gosh, it's cold here today. It's only 54, but the wind makes it feel. I live near Nashville. I live in Columbia, Tennessee, and it feels like it's below 30. Hey, Denise, good to see you. So we are going to talk about limiting beliefs and how they could be affecting our weight and actually affecting our lives, right? Hey, Michelle. Michelle, you're over there in that Bod Babes group, the 7-Day Hormone Challenge. I'm so excited that you are too. So Michelle and I are from the same town. We're from Jackson, Ohio. I've got lots of ladies on here from Jackson, Ohio, and it's pretty cool. I probably went to school a year. Her sister and I were a year in age and difference, so it's pretty cool. There's Cindy on here. Hi, Cindy. Good to see you. My mom's on here. Sherry. Hi. Good to see you, Sherry. Limiting beliefs. What are they? Limiting beliefs. I'm going to read it. I wrote it down here. They're a thought or a state of mind that you think is absolute truth that stops you from doing certain things. Now listen, I want to say that again. A limiting belief is a thought or even a state of mind that you think is absolutely true, that limits you or that stops you from doing certain things. Limiting beliefs. Okay? A limiting belief that I had was this: I can't get in weight. I can't lose my weight and get in shape after the age of 50 while going through menopause. Huh. And I did, because I broke my limiting beliefs. What happens to break those limiting? You have to, sorry, I'm kind of all over the place. I just got off coaching calls, so my mind is spent. So those limiting beliefs, let's talk about a few of them. I'm 50 years old. I can't go back to college now. I can't go back to school. Is that really true? Are there women that are 50 years old that start over and go back to school? If there are, I want you to give me a thumbs up. That's a limiting belief. It keeps you from, or even the fear of it. You know, some women went back to school after 50, right? But the fear of it, like, I'm going to look like an idiot. Those types of things that stop you. A limiting belief. I'm going to look like an idiot. That's a limiting belief. If I go back to college and I'm the oldest one there. A limiting belief. It's limiting you. Another one, Laura says she's starting over, but she finally shed her fear. Good. That is awesome. Laura, I'm excited for you because you're opening up your possibilities to change your entire life, and it doesn't matter your age, right? Another limiting belief is that I've always been the big girl, so I'm always going to be the big girl. It's easy to think that, and maybe we failed many times on diets, and we just say, well, I've always been the big girl, I'm always going to be the big girl. That's a limiting belief that saves us from, maybe because we've been hurt, we've hurt ourselves because we haven't been able to lose the weight. Something that we don't actually really think too much about, because it's easier just to believe that limiting belief than it is to break that. And we're going to talk about that here in a minute. Leanne says she took a class at Stanford at 51. Leanne, you are a friggin' rock star. Now I'm sharing wisdom with people and free courses, all this. See, I'll read the rest of that later. I can't see it all. But woman, that's awesome. You did it. You have Stanford on your resume. I did it, and you can too. And that's what this group is about. I got in shape. This group is not about me getting in shape. This group is about me showing you that it's possible, that you can do it too. So listen to me. Another limiting belief is, I'm big boned. Well, some of us have wider shoulders, just naturally. Some of us we're built differently, but are anyone's bones actually bigger than anyone else's bones? No. Scientifically, our bones are pretty much the same size, all of us. We're all built differently. But see, that's a limiting belief. I have a friend that used to say, well, my whole family is big boned. And the truth was that she lost the weight, and she found out she was pretty much built just like me. But she had that limiting belief in her mind that said, all of our family is just big boned. I've always been big. It's just how we are. But when she lost the weight, she realized that's not really the truth. The truth was, it was easier to tell herself that because she didn't have to change or try. She had tried so many times and failed. But what happened was she actually won this time. Just like me. I tried and failed, tried and failed, and tried and failed. I said there's no diet that has been able to help me unless I starve myself to death. And guess what? I was wrong. And that was my way of finally to just give up and quit trying, until I was so sick of it that I decided to fight for myself. Nikki said, I've always been slim until a hysterectomy. Yes. And after a hysterectomy, a lot of us, and going through menopause will say, well, my hormones are off. This is just how it is. I'm aging. For my age, this is what women look like. And it's not the truth. I saw women when Wade went to compete and they were 70 years old. An 80-year-old woman on stage in a bikini. I kid you not, she looked amazing. I kid you not. 70-year-old Joan, Train with Joan on Instagram, got in shape at 71. I think she's now 76. She looks amazing. She changed her whole life. So you can't say, well, I'm 70. I can't get in shape now because I'm 70. Wrong. I have clients that are 70 and they're getting in shape. Good, Laura, good. So now listen to this. Another thing that's a false belief is that I am too busy. I'm just too busy to eat right. That is a limiting belief. I'm just too busy, Allie. I'm too busy. Well, I guarantee you, if you sat down and you wrote down your schedule for the day, that you would see there are things that you're doing that probably you can let go of, or someone else can do, or that you can put off, because your health and your life are worth finding that time. But see, it's easier for us to say, I just don't have time. But here's the thing. We can have reward or regret. Reward feels so good. It requires work. It requires us using our mind and making it happen. But regret is hard to live with every single day. And regret destroys us. It hurts us. When we could just put in the discipline and make it happen and feel so much better by changing our lives. It requires discipline. Discipline is hard to do. But I'm going to tell you this. I've done it in this area of my life. And it is hard to do. But it feels a whole lot better than living with regret over here and looking in the mirror and saying, oh my gosh, I wish I could buy cute clothes, but I need to buy something bigger to cover myself up. Or from walking in a room and feeling like, oh, is my shirt right? Just walking in a room somewhere, in a restaurant or somewhere, meeting people I haven't seen for a while and I've put on 45 pounds, or I'm worried about myself in pictures. See, all of that starts to go away. And with the discipline comes a freedom. and enjoyment. But see, I had to break my limiting beliefs that were limiting me. Another limiting belief that I've heard women say, all the good men are gone. They're all taken. Well, is that true? I want you to think about that. Is that true? Are all the good men taken? No, ma'am. All the good men at 50 are taken? No, ma'am. No, that's not true. It's not true. And see, if you break that limiting belief, you open yourself up to say, you know, I do want another relationship. Maybe it's worth trying for. Yeah, you might get hurt along the way again. Maybe that is, we've been hurt in the past and we've allowed those limiting beliefs to just say, you know what, all the good guys are taken. I'm just going to be single the rest of my life. I'm going to just be fine with it. When really in your heart you desire something different, but it's easier just to put it off. But you at the end of your life, or even now, could feel that regret. And so break that thing and ask yourself, you know how you change a belief? You start questioning it. That's hard. And you question that belief and you say, is that really true? And it can change your life. Because we have beliefs that we feel are true that are not true. They are limiting us and pushing us down. Another limiting belief is this, that money is evil. You know, I was raised in a family where we weren't rich. And I used to think, well, if somebody got money, they're probably not a good person. I've met rich people who are very good people. So did they get their money from doing bad things? So if they got money, they must have done something, bad to get it. It must have not been on the right, they must not be paying their taxes, or they're hiding some stuff from the government, or their family was rich, and no, that's not true. That's not true. The Bible says the love of money is the root of all evil, but it doesn't say money is evil. Okay, so money, I know men that have lots of money and women who have lots of money who do the most amazing things with that money. Amazing, beautiful things. See, that's a limiting belief. Or here's one I heard from a family member. We've never had money and we'll never have money. Well, with that kind of belief, you're right. If you think I'll never have money, then why ever try to do anything else? I'm not smart enough to start my own business. That's a limiting belief. No, maybe you don't know. I tell you right now, I started a business. I wasn't smart enough to do it. If I would have waited till I was smart enough, it never would have happened. But step by step, I learned along the way how to do it, right? Am I right? Sometimes you got to learn step by step. If you wait until you have all the answers, and you're never going to do it. I never have all the answers, but you've got to step up to the plate. Thanks for that thumbs up. Absolutely, right? Another one of these things that limiting belief is you can't trust anyone. Oh my gosh, for those of us who have been hurt by so many people, it's easy to say, I cannot trust anyone. Can't trust anyone. I can't trust anyone. And guess what? That's a limiting belief and a lie. Although you have to be cautious, it's a limiting belief and a lie. It's not the truth. You can trust some people. Some people are so good. You can trust them with anything, right? So that's a limiting belief you can break off your life. I can't start again after 50. I can't start again after 40. You can. What if you live to be 100? Then you're only halfway through your life. You got 50 more years. I can think of multimillionaires who started after 60, after 70 years old. Are you kidding me? Yes, Colonel Sanders, Kentucky Fried Chicken, started to build his business after the age of 60. Can you start a multi-million-dollar business after the age of 60? Can you start again? You sure can. You sure can. But see, the limiting beliefs that you're putting on yourself are saying, I can't do that. I'm just destined to live out this life, and this is all I've ever done. This is all I've ever known. Well, that might be true, but you have the power to change that once you change this, to break those limiting beliefs. So see, those limiting beliefs not only hinder us from living a healthy life of, I don't have the time. I've had people tell me this, Allie, I do not have the money to eat healthy. I don't have the money to eat healthy. To eat healthy costs me a lot more than it does to eat like I eat. Well, I'm going to tell you the truth. I've had men and women tell me that they have, one lady wrote it down. She's a nurse, a hospice nurse, and she wrote down her items of food, the whole month of what she used to spend. She had her, I think, her credit card statements and her bank statements. And then when she hired me, I think my price was then $129 a month. And she hired me for that program. And she wrote down her food bills. She quit eating out so much. She started cooking her food, and she took it with her to work. Now listen, for those of you who say I don't have time, it's really simple and fast to cook the way we cook. She was a hospice nurse with children at home. She was a single mother, and she worked 12-hour shifts. 1 week on, another week off. Every single week when she was working 12-hour days, she still ate right and exercised. Amazing. She really didn't have the time. If she would have said that, it would have been justified, right? But she made the time. And she made it simple so that it could be easy. But listen to this. Her grocery bill, she spent, after hiring me and buying the healthy food, she saved over $650 the first month. After hiring me and buying all the healthy food, she saved over $650 a month. She was changing her life. And listen to this. Not only was she saving herself $650, over $650 a month, I have documentation on it, which is really cool. She sent me the pictures of her list of things and what she spent then and what she spent now. And listen to me. She was living a life full of vitality because she was losing the weight. She started moving more, enjoying herself. She found a relationship. I think she's married now. I haven't talked to her for a little bit. She fell in love. All of this over the age of 50. Woo! Go girl. And listen to this. She probably saved herself from hospital visits that we don't know about that could have been in the future. She was dealing with some issues in her body, and she turned it around with food and exercise and getting her diet on point. So I wonder how much money she may have saved herself in the future. I wonder how many years she might have added back to her life. I wonder. I'll never know, but I wonder. So if you're telling, yes, Sherry, you're right. Imagine what she is saving in medical bills. Yes. Perfect. So see, those limiting beliefs can even keep us from living a healthy life, being our best, living our best life. That is a limiting belief we've got to break off of ourselves, because we will go to McDonald's or another restaurant. Oh my gosh, I couldn't believe McDonald's value meals aren't such a value anymore. They're expensive. And paying $8 to $10 for a meal. And we'll look at that chicken breast and we'll say, that pack of chicken breast, even right now in inflation, is what? About the huge packs are about $15, $18, and that's high. I mean, they've almost doubled in price. But the chicken breasts, the boneless, skinless chicken breasts are still high. But that's only 2 meals at McDonald's or less, or maybe less than 2 meals at McDonald's. And that's at least 5 or 6 meals right there in chicken breasts. You can fill up on them. That is such a savings over McDonald's. Isn't that crazy? And you can make it, well, people say, well, I don't like chicken breasts, it dries out. Well, get you a little tiny George Foreman grill. You can get you one that's even the small ones at Walmart for 25, 30 bucks. Cook it up on that, girlfriend. Butterfly those chicken breasts, and I'm going to tell you, it'll cook up in about 10 minutes, and it will be delicious. Delicious. And so that's an easy way to do it. Another thing Wade likes to do is cut it up in little pieces, throw it in a pan, put some Mrs. Dash on there or other types of dry seasoning, and it's delicious. It doesn't dry out. It tastes great, okay? George Foreman is the best. Yes, Laura, I love it too. So those false beliefs that we've got in our lives can keep us from our best life, even as far as weight loss goes. You know, maybe you've bought all the pills, the patches, did all the exercises, and still say, Allie, I haven't been able to lose weight, or I lost weight and it came back. It's just not going to work for me. Well, it's just because you haven't built a lifestyle and you didn't know what that was supposed to look like. That's what I do as a coach. You know, I teach you how to do it. And then my job is to never see you come back to me ever again. Because I want to teach you so that it's sustainable, so you can live the rest of your life like this. So it's not that it's not going to work for you. It's just that maybe you need to learn how to do it. As a coach, I get to help you go a lot faster. It took me a long time to try to figure it out on my own. As a coach, I get to help you learn quickly. And I love that part. And you get to sustain it. You live this life, and it's something enjoyable, that you can enjoy your foods, that you don't have to be going, I can't have this, I can't have that, I can't have this, I can't have that. But you find the right, beautiful balance for you. It might look different for you than somebody else, right? So break that limiting belief. You can do this, and I want to tell you what, it is worth it. I promise you, it's much worth it. It's so great of a value when you think about the regret that I was living with every day and then feeling bad on top of that. Are you kidding me? So this took discipline, and discipline is hard. But the reward for the discipline has been so good to live with. It's brought me peace and joy and feeling better and strong strength and happiness, and built this, even my business, right? And so the regret make me wanted to hide. You know, I wanted to hide behind clothes and not be in pictures. And that was much harder to live with than this discipline. Okay? So you can do it. So question those limiting beliefs. And you know those things that we think and we don't really think about, we just take for granted? I want you to think about those. And I want you to start questioning those, because when you question those beliefs, you can change your life, and you can live a much happier, better life that you really truthfully enjoy. You can get your health back again even. You might find a relationship, a beautiful relationship. I found a beautiful relationship. I said I'd never get married again. I knew I was leaving my ex-husband. I had been married almost 31 years. And I thought, I told my kids, I said, I'll never have another relationship. If anything ever happens to this relationship, which I was planning on getting out of, and I thought, I'll never, ever do this again. Never. And I found the most wonderful man. He is amazing. And he was over 50 years old. He was 50 years old. I was 51. Pretty cool. So listen, ladies. You can start again. It doesn't matter. I at 50, I thought the same thing. I thought, who is ever going to hire me? And I got an email from Lowe's. You know, I left the music industry. I had been in for a very long time. That was my full-time job. I sang, I was a singer. And on television and traveling and all of that. And at 51 years old, I quit that. I left my home. I left my now ex-husband. And I thought, who is going to hire me? Lowe's sent me a rejection letter and said, you're not qualified to work here. I'm sorry. And I was like, oh my gosh. I thought, no one is ever going to hire me. If I can't clean toilets at Lowe's, then who is going to hire me? And I remember my daddy saying, if you want a job bad enough, he told us this when we were kids, you get your clothes on, your work clothes, and you walk into a business and you say, I'm here, I want to speak to the manager, I'm here to work, I can start right now. So I put on my clothes, and I heard Kroger was hiring, and at 51 years old, I accepted $11.25 an hour job with 25 to 30 hours a week at 51 years old. And I felt like, oh my gosh, how am I going to survive the rest of my life? No insurance. I didn't own anything. I had a borrowed car. And today, that has all changed. I'm 55. But see, I remember thinking, no one will ever hire me. I'll never have anything. I didn't have a savings. I didn't have health insurance. I didn't have a car. I had a borrowed car, my son's work car. I'm not special. I had F's in math, and today I do math every single day as a person who helps women with their diets and their workouts. I do math every single day. I failed math classes. I'm not perfect. I don't have it all together. So I want you to look at me and see an example of hope. Hope. I came from nothing. We had very little. But yet, I turned it around. And I'm getting to work with women all over the world. So I hope that this says to you that your weight and getting this weight off really is just something you need to put in discipline for. Yes, discipline is hard. Finding the time, making the time, doing the things that it takes is hard. But the rewards that you get, I want you to hear me, are so worth it. But you can't expect to do it for 2 or 3 weeks or a month and then go, oh, I didn't lose 50 pounds or I didn't lose 30 pounds in that 30 days and Allie's wrong. No. You have to be consistent. I have women who ask me, Allie, how long did it take you to get your physique? Where I'm at right now? 4 years. Over 4 years. I've been at this for 4 years, but I'm not quitting. I haven't quit. See, that's the difference in motivation and discipline. When you're motivated, I'm just not motivated, people will say. I'm just not motivated. I understand that. Don't be motivated, because motivation is not a good friend. Motivation is the kind of friend that as soon as you turn your back, she's going to stab you in it. That's motivation. Motivation is, I feel like doing it right now. When I don't, then I'm going to quit. And she's going to leave you when you need her most. That's motivation. Discipline says, I'll do it when I don't feel like it. I'm getting up at 5:30 in the morning. I'm going to go to the gym before work. I'm going to do it 5 days a week. I'm going to be there. I'm going to maybe you're going to lay your clothes out for the gym, and that's what you put on immediately. Or maybe I have a client who slept in her gym clothes. She said, I'm not giving myself a way out. I don't care. I'm sleeping in my gym clothes. I'm going to just put my shoes on and I'm going to go to the gym. I have no excuses. My gym clothes are already on me. I have some that lay them out right beside the bed. It's what they put on in the morning before they go to work. They put it on and to change at the gym. You know, whatever it takes, make no excuses. And you can change it. But you've got to be consistent. You've got to have discipline. Discipline requires something of you. It's not easy. It's not easy to change your life. It's not easy to change your health. It's not easy to start a business. It's not easy, but it's worth it. It's not easy to go back to school if that's what you need to do, but it's worth it. I would rather look at a woman, you might say, oh, at age 50, 60, or whatever you are, I don't want to go back to college because, and I've never been to college. But maybe that's what you want to do. And you're saying, I can't do that because I'm old and I'm going to feel stupid and people are going to make fun of me and think, oh, she's the old person in this class. But I'm going to tell you what, you going back to school at age 50, it inspires the heck out of some 50-year-old women. And they're going to look at you, that other woman that was just on here, look down there. Let's look back. She talked about how she went to college. Who was it? Holy crap, let's go back and find her. She says she went to college, now listen. Took a class at Stanford. At 51, at Stanford. Leanne, at Stanford, at 51. Now, she might have said in her mind, I'm going to be the oldest one in that class, and I'm going to feel like an idiot, and people are going to look at me and say, oh gosh, she's old, or whatever they're going to do, and I don't want to do that. That's embarrassing. But to me, as another 50-year-old woman, 55 years old woman, I look at her and I go, oh my gosh, that's freaking bad, you know what. I'm not going to cuss on here, but I'm going to be really honest. That woman's a badass. Okay, I just cussed. She's a badass. That's awesome. Holy crap. To say that she went to Stanford for a class at age 51, are you freaking kidding me? That inspires the heck out of me. So see, her limiting belief could have said, I can't do that. But if she would have thought about it and said, oh my gosh, that could inspire women my age. This is an awesome thing that I'm doing. You know what? I might be the oldest one in there, but at age 50, I got the wisdom I never had at age 20. And I got all this knowledge that they don't have. Heck, I'm going back. I'll be proud of it. Shoot. Woman, we just got to get rid of those limiting beliefs. What could happen if your limited belief is wrong? If you find out that your limiting belief is wrong, if you begin to question those things that you're telling yourself, what could happen? What could happen? That limited belief, maybe it's causing you to not find that relationship you want. Maybe because you open your mind to it and you believe that's a possibility, even if you might get hurt again, that it's a possibility that there is really a good man out there. And after you might find a few toads, you might find your prince. And guess what? It's worth it. What if it's all worth it? What if you don't find your prince? Is that the end of the world? What if you do take a chance and it doesn't happen? Well, you're not any worse off than you are right now. You're sitting there wondering. Get out and try. Get out and try. So, what would happen if that limiting belief of this is just how I've always been in my body, I've always been the big girl, this is just how women at my age look, was broken? What if you thought about that? Is that the truth? Is that really the truth? What if that belief is wrong and you took a chance on yourself and you fixed that, and you changed your life, and you lost the weight, and you got your confidence back, and you felt better, and you were able to go out and be just be confident walking in a room. You wanted to be in the pictures because it didn't bother you anymore. You bought cute outfits again. That's another thing I hate. If you're a woman over 50, don't wear this outfit. Please. I'm going to be wearing that outfit. If you tell me I can't do something, I'm going to be doing it. Well, most things, not bad things, but most things. I hate those stupid little things they want to put on us. I had a lady said, I saw a YouTube video, if you're over 50, don't wear these yoga pants. And I thought, shut up. Shut up. I'm going to go out and find those yoga pants and I'm going to wear those yoga pants because ain't nobody going to tell me. I had women tell me before, Allie, what? No, I've cut my hair and I'm letting it grow back out. Allie, why is your hair long? I hate it when women over 50 should know that they need to cut their hair. Why? Where is that written that women over 50 need to have short hair? If you want to have long gray hair, if you want to have long blonde hair, if you want to have long black hair, girl, you just go on and have it and you just be your best beautiful self, your unique self. Because I don't want to be like any of those women. I want to be unique. I want to be the best me I can be. I want to be, when I walk in the room, I don't want to look like everybody else. Same haircut, same clothes. No. Don't do it, girl. You be the best you, and it's a little nerve-wracking at first when you're a little different, but man, it's a whole lot empowering. You know, it really is. So begin to question those beliefs and what would happen if you believed something different. If that belief is not really true and you did something else, what could happen to your life? It could be a beautiful thing, or maybe it doesn't change, but who knows? At least you're opening yourself up to the opportunity, right? You're opening yourself up to that opportunity that could change your freaking life. Right? So listen, what we instead need to do is this. I wrote down notes. I'm trying to read them. Push to step outside your comfort zone and take some freaking risks. Get out of that comfort zone that says, M-E-H. That feeling of, this is all I've got, this is all I've done, this is all it's ever going to be, and this is it for me, I'm just old. And girl, you aren't even old. What if you're only middle-aged? You know, what if you live to be 100? What if you live to be 110? Women do live to be 110, you know. And you know what? You could be middle-aged at age 55. You got 55 more years of, no. Live it big. Now, enjoy it. Go after those things. Take a few risks. You might have got hurt before. You know what? I have too, but I've made it through. It didn't kill me. Gosh, I've been raped. I've been through abuse. I've been smacked and beaten. All of that crap. And you know what? It messed me up for a long time. My ex-husband hit me in the mouth and cracked my teeth, and some of them were loose at the bottom. I probably deserved that one. But I didn't deserve it because that's a man hitting you, right? I was a little mouthy. And I know that he got upset because of it. But I didn't deserve it. But anyway, long story short, I survived it. Thank God. You know, I survived rape. It took me a lot of years to get over it. But I survived it. And now I'm speaking about it. And now it empowers me to speak about it and helps me to heal when I speak about it. And when I do, I heal. It helps other people to heal. Other women heal. Thank you, Allison. I did not deserve it. You are right. I was a whole lot mouthy, though. For sure. Last time you got a haircut, you went to see me and my daughter in concert. That's awesome, Shannon. I remember your haircut, too. You never deserve to be hit. You're right. You never be hurt. You never deserve to be hurt by any man, ever. Right. And so let's take the risk, because even if we get hurt again, we're going to survive it. I remember I went and talked to a therapist for 3 sessions. And I was falling in love with my husband, Wade, that I'm now married to. And I did not want to fall in love with him. I didn't. Because I just knew he was going to hurt me. I just knew he was going to hurt me. And I did not want to fall in love with him. But I thought, what if I go to my grave never knowing love like that? I can't go to my grave not knowing love like that. But on the other hand, I don't want to love him. I told my therapist, I do not want to fall in love with this man. He is going to destroy me. And she said, if he leaves you or cheats on you or abuses you, are you going to die? Is that it for the rest of your life? Are you just going to, because he hurts you or cheats on you or walks away from you, are you going to die? Or are you going to survive it? And I said, well, I'm going to survive it. Then she goes, what the heck are you afraid of? She goes, what if it's the best thing you ever did? And I'm like, exactly. I didn't say exactly then because I was still so afraid. But I took a chance. And I took a chance. And it was scary. And I'm still a little scared sometimes. I love that man with my whole heart. And I have never been in love like this in my life. He is the most amazing man. And guess what? What if I would have not taken that risk because of my false beliefs? So let's take the risk, right? Another thing, let's get creative and think of new beliefs. New beliefs that are empowering, like, I can find a man. I am going to look for him. I can lose the weight. I can get healthy. Maybe this is the way it's always been, but I am able. I see examples of it out there in front of me. I can go to Stanford if I want to. I can do all these things that I can start my own business. I don't care what age I am. Age does not stop me. I am not limited by age. I am not limited by age in my body. I am not limited in my finances. Maybe I don't have financial resources, but because I don't, I'm going to get resourceful. Those who don't have financial resources, get resourceful. Those who don't have the connections, get resourceful. Find it. Look for it. Make it happen. Find a way. Use your brain. You can do it. Just because you've never done it before doesn't mean you can't do it. What if you begin to empower yourself and say, you know what? Allie did that. You know what? You look at these women with these testimonies right here and you say, you know what? Laura did that. You know what? I can do it. If Laura did it, I can do it. Laura's no special than you are. I'm not any more special than you are. I'm truthfully not. Not at all. I don't have the degrees. I didn't have the life experiences. I'm not any more special than you. I failed math again and again. Ask my mother. Awful. Get creative and think of new beliefs. You can start again. You can find the love of your life at any age. I don't care if you're 70. Do it. Find it. Open up yourself to that new belief and that possibility. It could really, really happen, but it's not going to if you keep saying, I can't. They're not out there. I'm just not going to. Open yourself up to those possibilities and then put yourself in the position to make it happen. Quit hiding in your house all the time, watching Netflix or whatever, and get out there and meet some people. Right? Right. All right. Put the new beliefs to the test to see if they were true. Put them to the test to see if they're true. Yes. Be proud. Now listen to this. Be proud of your personal growth. This is part of personal growth. We want to continue to grow no matter how old we are. Your personal growth mindset is important. Be proud of it. Begin to question those false beliefs. And see, I guess as a coach, as someone who helps women lose weight, and you're probably saying, Allie, I come on here because you're talking about hormones. Allie, I come on here because you're talking about weight loss. And let me tell you something. The reason I'm talking about this today, changing your limiting beliefs, some of you are saying, what does this have to do with weight loss? Everything. Because your mindset will stop you from getting to where you want to go. Mindsets like this. I just don't have the time. I don't have the money. I just explained to you. Yes, you do. It's cheaper. You do have the time. We got to find it because it's in your day. You got to make it sometimes. It's in your day. It's in there. And here's the thing. The regrets you're living with are much worse than putting in the disciplines to get the reward that you're going to get and live with. That reward is worth it. That reward is worth the discipline and putting it in. Then that regret is living with that regret every day is not good. It's killing your confidence. It's not good. That's what it has to do with weight loss, because weight loss isn't just about your food. It's about your disciplines. It's not just about your workouts. It's about your disciplines and your consistency and making it a lifestyle and truly changing your life, not just to go to the beach for 30 days and in 30 days and you're wanting to show somebody off in a bikini, show your body off in a bikini. Those people will never remember you. They won't remember you. What's the big deal? What size you are when you go to the beach. Worry about your everyday health and your life and how you feel every day. Not for just the special occasions. Let the special occasions motivate you to push the gas a little harder, but live every day as your best. and it'll be the best thing you've ever done. I've talked your heads off tonight. I want you to break those limiting beliefs. I want you to think about what they are. Put your mind to use. If this talk tonight changes one person's life, it was worth it. And I hope that you're that person, because this is how I had to change my life, and I'm still breaking limiting beliefs off of myself. And I hope you do too. It'll be one of the best things, if not the best thing you have ever done. Who enjoyed this talk tonight? I need your support, because I'm doing things a little bit different. And you're going to find that I told you, no more watered down Allie. Thank you, you guys. Being persistent. Yes, Nikki, be persistent. Thank you for the thumbs up. Thank you for the hearts, because I told you this year, no more watered down Allie. I'm going to be a truth teller. A truth teller is not somebody who crushes people's hearts and is mean and angry and just spiteful. A truth teller is somebody who loves you enough to tell you the truth in a nice way, but inspires you and helps you get up on your feet and change your life. That's what a truth teller is. That's the right kind, not one that's evil with malice. Okay, I'm never going to be that kind of truth teller, but I'm going to be the kind that hopefully inspires the heck out of you. So I love you. I'm glad you were here tonight. Invite one of your friends, your lady friends, to come over and join our group. And for those of you who are taking the 7-day hormone reset challenge, you need to get over to the other small group, because it's only going to be open from the 9th to the 18th, 17th. 9 plus 7 is 16. To the 16th. Told you I was bad at math. I love you guys. Reach out to me if you want to be in that challenge and you're not in the small group for the 7-day hormone reset. We got to prepare for it. It starts on Monday, this coming Monday the 9th. I love you guys. Talk to you next week at Thursday live at 5. I'll see you before then. Get your workouts in the morning right here too. Bye, ladies.